someone struggling with my own past traumas and anxieties, which are affecting my ability to manage work and my personal life. Despite appearing sorted to others, I often feel overwhelmed by other people's reliance on me for answers and support, particularly around relationships, family, finances, and status. I sense a huge disconnect between how others sees me and how I see myself, and this makes me feel misunderstood and burdened by other people's expectations of me. I also experience intense empathy for other people's pain and struggles. My empathy looks like everybody deserves to be happy and to be at peace. I don't mind managing the pain of life on their behalf because the thought of seeing someone in agony and in pain is a very thing that's debilitating to me than the actual pain itself. On top of this, I experience high levels of excitement, high levels of boredom and distractions, along with strong creative drive. I also struggle to manage my own mental health, sometimes feeling like my own mind is working against me, similarly to how an autoimmune disorder functions. In essence, I am seeking to understand my mind better. I think often when people share such personal information, it's an inspiration to educate people who are going through the same experience or who are going to experience a similar circumstance or experience in the future, or else that's the reason why I'm sharing this. And if this appeals to you, keep watching while we break down my email to my psychologist and what I've learned since then. Store called word search. For those who don't know the word search game, it's like you're given a cluster of organized alphabets and a list of prescribed words that you need to find on the cluster of those organized alphabets, right? And then the instruction is to either circle or cross out the words that you find. My instinct told me, okay, don't look at the prescribed words, just look at the puzzle and cross out words. 10 minutes passes by and then I'm exhausted now from crossing out words. And then I was like, okay, let me look at the words I've crossed out and see whether any of them are in the prescribed listed words that I was intended to be looking for. I think there were about like 8 words that I was supposed to look for. I think I got 2 words out of that. But I know I crossed out about like 6-7 words, right? But I got 2 words that matched the prescribed words that I was required to complete for this particular game. Okay, I look at the list. I was like, oh, okay, this is the word I didn't do. This is the word I didn't get. Okay, let me go and look for the words. On my second attempt meaning I've looked at the words that I'm supposed to go to look for, and then these words start appearing, and I'm seeing these words that I didn't initially see. And from that interaction, there was a light bulb in my brain, which was, what is this telling me about my brain? Like, that question was very loud in my head suddenly, because initially when I was looking at this word, I was just randomly. I saw a lot of words, but then on the second attempt, when I saw what I'm supposed to look at, and then now I'm searching for the words, oh my goodness, look at these words are popping out. Like, it really got me thinking, what does this tell me about my brain? I would like to share my analysis from this experiment about what I found out about my brain. My analysis made from the experiment was that my brain, particularly my brain, it has the capacity to recognize patterns and the tendency to focus on unexpected novel information. So initially I was not aware of the prescribed words, which means the words that I was supposed to find in the game, right? And so my brain was more attuned to identifying words that stand out for me. Whatever I was recognizing didn't fit the expected pattern. So I think this is linked to creativity and a tendency to think outside the box, or an ability to notice irregularities. Number two, my brain was able to switch from different types of thinking. Initially was focusing on random or unexpected elements of the game, right? But then on the second attempt, I looked at the list of prescribed words that I was supposed to find, and then suddenly they appeared. And now I feel like that is a switching between different types of thinking, which is the creative thinking, and the much more structured and focused approach of type of thinking, which is also called the analytical type of thinking. The third part that told me about my brain is that once I knew the prescribed words, my brain was able to switch from the creative thinking to the more focused, goal orientated type of thinking, right? So the ability to adapt and see the needed type of thinking that is required to accomplish the task at hand is suggestive of this balance between creative thinking and analytical thinking. So, in summary, my brain seems to be proficient at both noticing new, unexpected things and adjusting to a structured, more goal oriented type of thinking when needed, right? Which is just reflective of a combination of creative thinking and a problem solving type of thinking. It was really interesting learning about this because I also noticed how initially, whenever I look at anything, my brain is dominant in the creative thinking. When my brain assesses that this task requires more than the creative thinking, then it goes and activates the analytical thinking part of my brain to be like, hey, we need you. Then my brain will then evaluate and decides that, do I need to continue using the creative part of the brain, or do I need the problem solving part of the brain? And then it activates the analytical type of thinking.